Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of Come Sit on My Couch. My name is Adrienne and this is my couch. There is a fruit fly in here somewhere. Just touched my face. Don't know if you saw that, grazed me right there. Hi guys. I don't really have too much to talk about from my past, but I did try to record earlier and I did have a lot to say because I just kind of ramble, and that's exactly what I'm here for. And I keep saying that, and I think it's because I feel so bad that I get on here and I just talk about nothing, um, especially since the idea is to be kind of working through my traumas and everything to like heal. Um, but I'm not really getting like specific into my traumas, I guess, but whatever. I will say earlier I was talking and I touched on the fact because I remembered that I literally, this is starting off crazy, but I literally used to say that I was not going to live past 23. I would like walk around and say that, like, literally. And I think that, not I think, there was a time when I was in high school and we were all like, our class was going out to like sign something, maybe for like the 10-year reunion or something, I don't know. And I straight said in front of everybody, I don't plan on living past 23 anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to sign this. What was I talking about? I was literally so down at one point and I had nobody. I had nobody. The one person I had was that first boyfriend I told you guys about that was cheating on me. And so it's like, what was I supposed to do? And he was not helpful. I remember whenever my eating disorders like really ramped up, where I was like making myself throw up, um, I literally, I called him to tell him, like, because we were having pizza. I was in JRTC and I was in the color guard for JRTC, so we were at every Friday night game. And I I was there and the sergeant would buy us all like something before, and he bought us pizza this time, and I like could not get myself to eat it. Like I was literally freaking out because I knew that I would want to throw it up. Like my mind was going immediately to, as soon as I eat this pizza, I need to find somewhere to throw up, which is sick, right? Um, and so I called him to tell him that. I called him and I'm like crying and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I want to eat, but like I know that I just want to throw it up afterwards. I can feel it. Like I know it. Like that's where I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But like I'm hungry and da da da. And he was like, just eat the pizza. Not even like a baby, like you got it, just eat it. You can stay on the phone with me. I'll make sure da 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 da. No, he literally was like, just eat the pizza. Like what the fuck are you talking about? And that was the first and last time I truly opened up about me um, doing that. And that went on for a pretty long time, to be honest. A pretty long time. And I even got to the point, I'm to the point now where like my like hunger like triggers don't work anymore. Like they don't work. I do not get like regularly hungry at all. I don't get, and by regularly I mean like sometimes I go the entire day without feeling hungry at all. Like I just kind of have a thought of like, oh, that I could probably eat that, but like my stomach doesn't feel hungry. I don't feel hungry. I just kind of sometimes want something to eat, like because I'm thinking about the flavor. um and then I just convince myself, like, if you're not feeling hungry, don't eat it. Like, why are you doing that? But it's like I haven't eaten all day, you know? Um, but I got to the point, so before I went to boot camp, I was 190. I was eating a lot. I was making myself throw up, but I was eating a lot before I went to boot camp. And then I went to boot camp, and there was a couple times at boot camp that I made myself throw up. My cat's drinking water. I hate that noise. Um, yeah, I got to the point where I was throwing up. I threw up a couple times at boot camp, maybe 2 or 3 times, nothing crazy. Any times is crazy, to be honest, but probably just twice. And then when I got back from boot camp, so when before I left for boot camp, I was like 190 something. I'm 6 foot. I was like 190 something, heaviest I'd ever been at that point. I after after boot camp, I got down to 170, like 175, and then while I was home, I like wouldn't eat anything for real. I dropped down to 145 at the start of my pregnancy. I was 145, so I got back from boot camp in June. I think like June 3rd or something of 2023, and then wait, 20, yeah, 2022, 2022, yeah, June of 2022, and by the following year, I was 140. Not by, I got down to, I was like 150, and then I lost some more weight after I met my son's father. But yeah, I just wasn't eating. I literally would go 2 days without eating, 2.5 days without like eating almost nothing. But I was like smoking, like I was hitting pins that I got from like the gas station, and so like I wouldn't eat throughout the day, but then like nighttime came and I would just fucking snack. And I was living with my best friend at the time's mom, and so I would just eat whatever they had in the cabinets. I hardly ever really ate anything. They got to the point even where I went to hang out with her stepdad to go like shoot guns, and her mom called him and was like, make sure she eats something, and so he stopped at a gas station and like made me get beef jerky so that I would eat something. That's how bad it was. Like I literally was not eating, and when we got out there to shoot the guns, I'd never shot a gun before. No, I had shot like a pistol before, and like I was shaky, I was very scared, I did not like it. And then do you want me to comb you? Here, I'll comb you while I'm sitting here. Jerry's so scary. I don't know why he's like this. Okay, come here, dude. I'll comb you. Anyway, that's how bad it was. And so, this is gonna distract me from talking. What am I thinking? Look how much fur. Like I comb them. I haven't combed them in like a week, but when I do, I comb them every damn day. Sorry, dude. But anyway, you're gonna show my cooter. Yeah, like we got out there to shoot, and we were shooting like ARs. And so I like shot, I was very shaky, I was very scared. And then I also forgot to pull he was talking to me, so I like took my earmuff off and then forgot to put it back on. So the base of his tail gets really greasy. Can y'all tell me why that is? Look at how much. But yeah, so I got like really shaky and shit. And then we were shooting like outside, like at some like dirt mounds and shit, you know, and he put up some little posts, and when I went down with him to go look at the post, I couldn't make it back up the hill because I was just so weak. Like I literally was so, let me cover myself up for y'all to really see something. But I was so weak, I barely could make it back up. He was like talking to me. That's one pass right there. Y'all get it, like why the fuck do I keep showing you? But he while he was talking to me, and I literally like could not keep up the conversation. I like I stopped right at the top, like right before the top, and he like turned around and saw me, like damn near leaned over, keeled over, like and so I got up to the top, my vision was going out and stuff. Point is, like I really was not taking care of myself. I would go days without eating, and then I was like smoking on top of that, and then I would or now I eat. I mean, when I met my son's father, I was buying him a lot of food, so I would just eat with him. And then I also started to learn how to cook, right around the time that I met him. Not learning how to cook for real, but I was cooking. But I was working in a warehouse first, like forklift at a warehouse. And so I was working night shifts. So first thing in the morning, when I got off, I would just get Waffle House if I felt like it, and then that would be it. You don't need that. Yeah, Waffle House, that would be it. And then maybe if I went to work, if I didn't get Waffle House in the morning, I would get Taco Bell. And like from Taco Bell, I only get the spicy potato soft tacos, so just like the potatoes and cheese. Just because they taste good. They taste good, and it's not like, it doesn't feel like I'm eating fake meat. Because, I mean, there's no meat. And they're cheap. They used to be $1, but I think they're like $2 now. or $1 something. Yeah. Now I eat. I mean, at least once a day. Sometimes, like as of right now, I haven't eaten today. But no, yes I have. Yes I have. I'm lying. I'm sorry. I had a bologna sandwich. I had a bologna sandwich earlier, which is good. I also bought potatoes because I'm gonna make potato soup. If you're somebody who's affected by like the SNAP shutdown, or just in general, if you like don't like you can't afford too many groceries and stuff, potato soup is really good and doesn't take too much. A bag of potatoes is like $5, and bag of potatoes is like $5, and you can make like 3 things of soup with it for real. And you just put it in a crock pot, or probably a pot if you don't have a crock pot, and just let it simmer with like chicken broth for the day. Onion too if you can, seasonings, but like I mean ultimately it's really good, and if you can get like sour cream and cheese, it kind of just adds to it. I personally just love potato soup. I like potato soup because I got it from Chili's first, and then that was like the only reason I ever wanted to go to Chili's was to get the potato soup. During my pregnancy, I really I wanted the potato soup, but I didn't really get to have any of my cravings during the pregnancy, so I never really got it. I did have chili from Texas Roadhouse twice during my pregnancy, and both times I threw up as soon as I hit the parking lot. I also threw up when I had Applebee's while I was pregnant, but I never liked Applebee's, so I don't know why I went there. I think they were having like some type of deal. Okay, I think I have to stop this because I can't focus. But I will show you guys how much hair we got today. Anyway, okay. Somebody I know has a therapist who asked him, "Who are you when you're not helping people?" And I feel like that's a really valid question to ask yourself at all times, especially if you feel like you're somebody who's constantly trying to like help people. Because I am always trying to help people to the point of being like uncomfortable, you know. Like I will allow myself to be uncomfortable to help other people. I've allowed people to live with me who, I don't know if his purring was really loud. I've allowed people to live with me who didn't care about my comfort and did things that made me uncomfortable. I've like stayed quiet to help other people. I do a lot of things to help other people, and not to say I'm done helping people, because I genuinely want to help people. That's what my whole like goal in life is, to actually help people, you know. Like I want to learn myself and be my own individual person first, and then I want to take that and I want to help people, you know, because everybody deserves to be their best version of themselves, I think. And not even I think, I know that, like that's facts, you know. And Jerry, don't attack my hand, dude. Yeah, I really want to have a platform for the purpose of helping people. I want to eventually fix homelessness and like the prison systems and people who are hungry and healthcare and everything. I really have big goals to change the entire world, but I need a platform or a way to actually fund it, to be honest. And I know it's like, I'm not asking you guys for money at all, just to with exposure comes opportunities. So all you guys have to do is please subscribe, like, comment something. Thank you for watching, first of all, really. I got like 150 views on my last video I saw. I think I got like 50 on my first one, and episode 2 got like 150, which the audio is completely messed up, so I don't know why you guys are watching that, but thank you. No, because you're gonna overpower my talking if you get in the mic and purr. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's what I'm talking about. Why would you attack me? Why would you attack me? I didn't do anything. Anyway, don't know why he's being so friendly again. Anyway, yeah, I really want to help people. I want to end homelessness. I want to tear down warehouses and um, farm the land. All of them. Every single warehouse that's not being used needs to be torn down and filled in with plants and fruit trees. And I want to plant female trees. I know that the government doesn't plant female trees because they don't want trees just reproducing all willy-nilly, but I do. I especially want like native fruit trees and stuff to be around. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think that it would be incredibly helpful if somebody who's hungry could go and grab an apple, you feel me, off of a tree. Like, wouldn't that be kind of awesome? Or even just kids, like kids outside can get, and it's more enticing, you know, like obviously to get an apple off a tree and not wash it and stuff is one thing, but like, come on, you know. And like, so if like kids are seeing or people are seeing fruit on a tree that they can just go up and pick, they're gonna be more inclined to eat fruits. Just fact. Especially if it's like, because you don't have to spend any money on it, so it's free fruit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna eat that, you know. And that's what we need, is we need people who are eating healthier too, because we get presented with a lot of unhealthy choices, obviously, being in America. And like, even like we don't even have home cooked dishes here, genuinely. Other countries, they have home cooked food, not like home cooked, but you know, like they have like real food, you feel me? Like soups and noodles and like seafood and other like meats and stuff. But like we like almost every restaurant is like fried chicken and like tenders, burgers, wings, and then like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, you know, like Taco Bell, Wendy's. Like, you get like, we have so many of those that are easy access, but like you can hardly just find like good home cooked meals in places, you feel me? Or just, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, you feel me? Like you know what I'm saying. There's just not enough like just like real authentic food around here. Cause like, what's authentic to America? Like, what's real to, I heard something. What's real to America, you know? Like, what is the culture? What's the food? You know, burgers. I mean, nothing wrong with like a good burger, you feel me? But all we have is burgers and bloated wings. Ugh. I like the American deli wings that are like basically just skin wrapped around a bone, like almost no meat on them, because then you have to like tear into it and you like just sit there chewing. The flavor's all in there. I really like that. Fun fact about me: up until recently, I ate with gloves. Whatever the food was, if it had to be touched with my hands, I needed gloves. Burgers, wings, fries, all that needed to be used. I needed to be eaten with gloves. Real life too, and I'm talking about since I was 16. So since 2020, I've eaten with gloves. But because I, one, have a baby and like he gets my hands messy and stuff, and then two, I ran out of gloves and I decided to try to like man up about it. But it was literally like, it was so bad that if I got stuff on my hands, I would like freak out and cry. Like, I would cry about it. I couldn't stand the feeling of it. Like, it literally would turn me off so bad from food. Like, I don't even know what happened, because I didn't have that problem up until 16. Then I started working at Moe's, and when I would go on break, I would have my gloves on, because I'm gonna put gloves on. I'm making my food, and so I'm just gonna sit down with my gloves on. Like, gloves that I put on just to make my food, and then I would just sit down with them. And if I would take my gloves off, I would just grab a pair, because I'd rather not get my hands dirty. I mean, I wash them anyway, obviously, going back to work, but I would go sit down, and it would be like, why would I want to get stuff on my hands? So I would put gloves on, and I had access to gloves, so I was using them, and then it became like a need. So every time I went to a restaurant, every time I ate somewhere, I had to use gloves. I never was eating stuff at my house that didn't require gloves, and if I did, I would just use a napkin and grab it. And then I got to the point where I could just buy the gloves myself, so I was. And then I decided, recently that I wanted to try to get past it. So my dad had a birthday party on Sunday, and somebody brought wings, and I used my fingers. I did. I mean, what can I say? I did. But having a baby really, like, you don't have no choice but to get your hands dirty for real, you know, like he spits up, he's messy, he just drools and spits, like, wiping him. I use water wipes and they're thin, so I'm basically touching his poop and butt and pee and nastiness all the time. So it's like, I don't know, I had no choice, so I decided to kind of get past it. I don't face it enough to, like, I don't know, to have to really worry about it, because at my house, again, I'm not eating anything that doesn't require or that requires gloves. And yeah, except for buffalo chicken wraps. I love a good buffalo chicken wrap. If you can get a deep fryer, get one, because I set the temperature on that bad boy, put the little fryer basket down in there, don't even gotta worry about it. Put the lid on, don't worry about it. I got it from a bin store, actually. If you can go to a bin store, do that. Do that. Black Friday deals, actually, they have a lot of good deals. Like, they have a lot. I got my mini crock pot for $10, $7? I think $7. And my fryer for $10 from there, in box, you know. Because bin stores are like returns, Amazon returns and stuff, or like packages that weren't picked up or something. I don't know. Unopened stuff usually, and so I got that, and I love them. Jerry, could you wait to do that until I'm out of here? I know that he needs to drink water, but fun fact about me, I have like misophonia. Misophonia. If that's even like a real thing, I've got it. Because I have such a hard time listening to people, like mouth noises and stuff, or even really just like small noises in general. When me and my sister had bunk beds, um, she would purposefully like do this with her nails. I hate that noise. I hate it. It literally, and it gets me so upset and frustrated to the point that I literally cry. Like, I cry out of frustration. And she would do that shit. She would do that shit. Like, if I started talking to her at night and she didn't want to hear me talking, or like she loved that shit, bro. And like, I remember there was a time my grandpa told me, before he passed away, I was young, we would go over to their house to sleep, you know, before we get on the, and our dad would come pick us up, you know, in the morning when he got off work. And I would, like, he said that, like, I need to grow up and be able to stick up for myself and, like, say something, you know, if I feel some type of way. And there was a time that he was smacking on his gum very loud, very loud. And so I asked him if he could please stop, because I could not handle the noise. And this is a tiny apartment. We're all sitting at the table together, because that's what we would have to do, is sit at the table together, you know, and not be eating anything, you know, just sitting there. And he's like smacking on his gum. And then he gets mad at me and snaps on me and tells me that I need to grow up and not be afraid of not have a problem with noise and stuff. And it's not even like, it's literally one of my biggest, like, pains, you know, because it's not something that I can change as of yet, because like, this has been in my entire life, that like smacking, mouth noises, small noises, like the nails, and like, it genuinely does something to me, you know, like, it really does something to me. I had an aunt also, mind you, my sister never faced this type of treatment. Like, if she didn't like something, that was that. But I had an aunt, or like second cousin, or second aunt, something, I don't know. And I still to this second do not like her. Still to this second. I saw her on Sunday. My son don't like her either. He ain't even never met her before. But he knows the vibe. He knows what's going on. He goes, she came up to him. I let my sister hold him while I ran to the car real quick, because it was raining. I didn't want to bring him out there. And when I come back inside, this lady's standing like over him, you know, like in his face, low key, like not close to him, you know, in his face, and he's full frown. I haven't seen him frown in months. He's full frown, upset, reaches for me immediately. Yeah, what? You are not cool, lady. But she literally, she would like, they would invite my sister places that I couldn't go, like Papa Dough. Papa Dough is like a seafood place or something, and like openly invited my sister and not me when we were both very young. Why? Why? Like, I'm not even talking about like 17 and 18 and they, you know, like take her. No, like literally just did that shit like just because. But anyway, there was a time that we were like going to church, and she does that thing where you like like you would chew your gum a certain way that it caused little air pockets in it, and then when you bite down it makes all these tiny little like, I don't fucking know, like little tiny bubbles popping, you know. And she would do that and like bite down with her teeth or her mouth like open, so it would make the little noise. And I would get so upset. I would ask her to please stop, and she just wouldn't, because she did not like me, so she just wouldn't. And so I would sit in the car like holding my ears, crying. Every time I was with her, she would do this. Every time. That's got to be like some type of form of like, some form of like abuse or something. Because Jerry's in like a playful mood. I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, that's got to be like some form of abuse or something. Because she would do this every time, and it really messed with me, because again, I don't like that noise. What the hell is he doing? Fun fact about me now, I have all of my wisdom teeth, and when they grew in, I guess like where my cheeks were connected to my gums, you know, the teeth came in and separated that. So now they're like loose, and like when I talk, even like as I'm talking right now, and when I eat and stuff, I like chew my gums. My cheeks, not on purpose, but like it's like they just naturally, my cheeks just now go inside, in between my teeth, and I don't know what to do about it. It's painful, not like painful, but it definitely hurts, especially sometimes like I bite down harder by accident, so I have to like puff my cheeks, and like not really talk with moving my jaw too much. Like, can't move my jaw too much after I puff my cheeks. Fun fact. And when I eat, I gotta like puff my cheeks and do my best. I don't know what to do about that either. Probably get surgery or something. I'm gonna get my tonsils removed. I get tonsil stones really bad. Just because I brush my teeth every day. I brush the back of my tongue. I literally, I don't know, I just get tonsil stones so bad. And there's like this one pocket, and I didn't used to have like pockets the way that I do. What is that? Jerry? What is that? Where did you get that? I've never seen that in my life. Yeah, I don't know. There's this one pocket. I think they're called crypts. Excuse me. That like all of my tonsil stones are in for. It's on this side, and like I'll like have to sit there and push them out and stuff. It's really gross, and I get so many out at a like I can get like up to like 6 out in a session. You feel me? It's really gross. I don't know what to do about it, to be honest. So LOL. I will say that I remember there was a time that I got sick. I got sick right before my band class. Like we took a band trip to DC, and one of the like 2-3 times I've been out of my state. But sorry guys. We were taking a trip out of state, and right before I got sick, and I'm talking about like nasty sick. Like my throat was so awful, and my dad took me to the doctor, and they said that it wasn't strep and that it was mono. The mono, known as the kissing disease. I've never kissed anybody at that point. Like I wasn't kissing people. I think I was like 13, 14. I think I was like 14. So I was not kissing people. My friend did just have like she had mono and came to school and I drank after her. Um, and so I was like, maybe that's the case. Like maybe that's what it is. But it's like so awkward to explain to your single father why his daughter is mono, you know? Because I can't explain it. I don't know what's going on. Um, but it's not like this is believable. I don't know. And so I went on this trip, and on the trip I literally was so sick. I didn't get to enjoy almost anything on the trip because everywhere we went I fell asleep. On the bus I fell asleep, and that's not who I am. I don't just fall asleep. Like I'm not one to just be falling asleep. But we went to like a museum or something, and they have like a theater showing, a movie like theater showing that they do first, and I fell asleep in there. I think we had like 3D glasses on and shit, and I fell asleep in there. I fell asleep at the bottom of the what like Lincoln Memorial, and where they like where he's sitting in his chair. I fell asleep at the bottom of that. I didn't even get to go up to see him. I literally saw all the stairs and I was like, y'all, I can't do this. And I laid down on the like, cause there's like a bunch of stairs and they have like the walls next to them, and I laid down on the wall and fell asleep. And when I got back from the trip, my dad got me off of the bus, and he said that he had to go get me medicine because the doctor's office called and said that it wasn't mono and it was in fact strep. So the medicine I was taking for mono was not going to work, and I had strep. And I asked my dad if I could please take my tonsils out, if I could just get my tonsils taken out. What are you eating? What are you eating, Tom? What are you eating? What was that? What was that? Why are you looking at me like that? What are you eating? Damn, there's one fucking fruit fly in here. Stop eating stuff. Stop. Don't lick your lips at me. Don't do that. Yeah, so when I got off the bus, he was like, hey, it's actually strep all along. The doctor's office called. And I don't know how that happened. Obviously I was young, so I didn't know. I'm listening to my dad. I'm like 14. Cool. I'll take the medicine. Got better. I asked him if I could get my tonsils taken out, and he said if I got strep again, and I did. He didn't help me. He didn't let me get them taken out. Cool. And then same with my wisdom teeth, bro, and cavities. Dude, I didn't get my cavities filled until, and I still have some, not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't get my cavities handled until like when I was like 7 months pregnant, because I've never had like dental insurance, or as far as I've known I haven't had dental insurance, and I've never been taught, like my dad never took us to the doctor like for checkups, for regular visits and stuff. It was only if we were like sick, and so I've never had to schedule. I've never been to a doctor, like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, and so I just neglected it. And they started out as like tiny holes in the side of my teeth, and then the one over here finally, like in my pregnancy, broke. I think your teeth get weaker during pregnancy, and so it like finally chipped where it was like a big chunk of it missing. And I was like, no, I need to get this fixed. Like, this is uncomfortable. This is not fun. Food would get in it. Like, it wasn't long that I had it like that before. I had pregnancy Medicaid at that point, so I went and I got the doctor to drill it out and fill it, but not doctor, the dentist. But they were like telling me like, we shouldn't do it. We could schedule it after your pregnancy. We don't want to stress out your body and da-da-da-da. I don't give a fuck. Fix this. What the hell? Fix this. Crazy. He's like latching himself to the back of my car. Is somebody here? Anyway, yeah, but she drilled it and she fixed it, and it literally was so sensitive, like afterwards, and you can like, I don't know if you can tell, but I can like catch my nail under the filling, like at the base, cause she like, I don't know, she just didn't do some shit right. I don't know, cause she did that shit. She drilled and filled 2 teeth in like 15 minutes. She did that shit so quick. And yeah, now my teeth are like this. Dude, Jerry, what's going on? Yeah, so now my teeth are like this. I mean, they're fine. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, my dad like refused to help me get my cavities filled. He told me that he would after he took me to the dentist for them to tell me I had so many cavities and then didn't get them filled. Like he said he would take me back to get them filled and never would. And when I asked him about it, he wouldn't. But you know what he did? He took my sister to get her wisdom teeth removed because she was having headaches. Apparently, she was having headaches, so he got her wisdom teeth removed. Not mine though. Not my wisdom teeth. So now look at me, having to keep puffing out my cheeks. Like that shit's so dead, bro. Like why? What did I do to deserve that? It's not even. It don't even stop there, bro. I had lice. I did. From probably 3rd through 5th grade. Maybe just 4th and 5th grade. Point is, a long ass fucking time to have lice. Where it was to the point that I'm literally like pulling them out of my hair. And I told my dad I had lice. I told my dad I have lice. And he said, no, you don't. And so you know what I did? I went in my hair and I pulled one out and I showed him. And he still refused to believe I had lice. I think that maybe my school or something. But it got to the point where he finally did get me the lice treatment and had me do my own lice treatment and comb out my hair and stuff. That like why? What did I do to deserve that? What did I do for you as my father to see me having lice for this long and decide that you're not gonna help me? What did I do? And like I'm in 4th, 5th grade. There's nothing I could have done to you. There's nothing I could have done to you as a grown man that could make you neglect me like that. Nothing. Especially when my sister gets everything. Everything she could need. Any concerns of her, she's got it. So why? And like that shit. And because of that like I don't shame people who have lice. I really don't. I would pull them shits out in class and like pop them in class. Literally in the middle of class, because I was up against the wall, and I would like go in my hair. I would literally comb, and I still, because of the trauma from that, I still regularly put my hands through my hair, and the slightest like piece of like dandruff or whatever that's in my hair, I have to pinch it and pull it out to make sure it's nothing, even if my head's not itching or anything. I literally cannot handle it. I can't. And so I don't shame people with lice. There's a girl at boot camp who got lice, and you know what they did? They moved her rack to she had lice so bad that like you could see them in her hair. Like you could, like, I have curly hair, so I guess maybe if I had straight hair you would have been able to see them, but like you could kind of just move her hair a little bit and you could just see them fucking crawling around in there. It was so gross. And so they put her rack in the middle, and the medical gave her like lice treatment, and nobody wanted to help her, and so I helped her because like the fuck, like what are we talking about? We're a bunch of women in the same spot and y'all aren't gonna help her. And so I helped her late at night one time, and I think 2 nights maybe, and I think she left after that or something, maybe, I don't remember. But like they sent her parents sent her to boot camp with lice like that because she was very new to the island. And like she was literally like a day 0, and so she was there with lice that bad. Like her parents were also neglecting her for sure. I don't know her situation. Whoever was with her neglected that, and yeah. And my little cousin, both of them, they had one older than me, one younger, but they both had lice so bad in school, like so bad. You could also see it in their hair. It was so bad. And I sat with them and I combed out their lice because like, who would I be to not? I went to my house and grabbed the old lice comb that I had and I combed them bitches out because who would I be to not? Are you kidding me? Obviously I don't take that back. I don't want that, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's so much people don't deserve in life, for real. I just don't understand what I did to him. And I be feeling so bad for him. Like I be feeling like he's just a guy, he's just a man. He just needs to. And that's why I'm okay with men acting the way they do, I guess, because I've always excused my dad for his actions and for his his lack of love. Not I guess, duh, like my daddy issues definitely play a huge role into why I allow men to treat me the way they do. But like, it just is so mind-boggling. He never cared about my grades. He didn't care that I wasn't going to school. He didn't care that I was like failing out damn near my junior year. Bounce back. A's and B's. LA senior year, y'all don't play with it. Graduated early, don't play with it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like he just didn't care. And then like I told y'all, when I moved to Florida, he had a stroke. I moved him back up immediately and was trying to take care of him, and he wouldn't talk to me. But like I said, I called him on like I called him out on the way he treated me growing up versus my sister, and he said, it's not that I loved her more, it's just that she was easier to handle. And like I was never hard to handle until I was shown that I wasn't worth handling. You feel me? Like, I'm your daughter, first of all. You didn't try to sit me down. You didn't try to talk to me. You didn't try to like, hey, what's going on? Hey, I want to be there for you. Da da da. No, you didn't try to do any of that. You never talked to me. You just watched me decline. You watched me do things you weren't even aware. He's not even aware of half the things that I went through. I remember when I told him, this is going to be like a crazy drop because I'm already talking about it, so I might as well. But like I told him finally that like, because I posted some promiscuous pictures when I was like 16 or 17. Nothing really showing, but promiscuous. And an aunt saw and told him, and he took my phone for like 2 hours and then gave it back and made me delete my Instagram account. Which, I mean, fine, whatever. But like, when he asked me like why, I told him that I finally felt like my body was my own, you know. And yeah, I was too young to be doing that, duh. But like, I was like, I feel like my body is finally like mine, you know. Like, obviously this is not how I was saying it to him, but like I feel like my body was mine because it's been defiled for real, you feel me? And when I told him that when I lived with my mom, I faced sexual abuse by my brothers. Fact. And he said like they're just boys. They were just kids. They were just kids. They were just kids. They were just kids. What? My brother's like 6 and 8 years older than me. Like, do you know what that's like? Do you know what that's like? Do you know what it's like to hear them come into your room? To know that they know they're gonna get caught, so they hide under the bed, thinking somebody's coming in to help you, but they don't fucking notice, and so instead, here he comes out from under the fucking bed. Do you know what that's like? Do you know what it's like to hear the things that were said, that were whispered to me? The things that were done, and like, and you're gonna tell me that they were just boys? They were just kids. They were just kids. And then my stepdad was apparently abusing in my house too, not me, but was. And when I told him that part, like, yeah, the brothers were doing it to me and stepdad was doing it to da da da, and he's gonna say that the brothers are just kids, but if he ever saw my stepdad again, he would go to jail about it. Mind you, I'm your daughter. I'm your blood daughter. Not actually his blood daughter. I found that out when I was 18. When I was 18, I took a DNA test and found out that my sister's dad actually is my dad also, but we grew up all thinking we all had different dads. My mom, when I confronted her about it, was like, haha, now you know. She's such a fucking, cause like when I told her about the sexual abuse, when I told her about it, It was, and when my sisters have told her about it, it's been like she refused to stop being around my brother. Like, she still allowed him in her life, and I know those are your kids, but if I ever found out that a child of mine was sexually abusing one of my other children, anybody at all, harming anybody at all, you're done. You're done. Don't let me see you again. Don't ever let me see you again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And really, like, she just wouldn't stop, bro. And one of my brothers has a daughter now. Has a daughter. You guys, I thought that I had lost all of that content that I just recorded, so I just gave up recording because my phone had died and I had no idea how long it had been dead for. But it didn't delete it. And so, hi. I'm gonna kind of wrap this up because that video is already like 40 minutes long. I know I ended with me like crying and stuff, or being upset. That was some pretty sad stuff I went through. And that's like one of the biggest things that I have to work through in my life. That is a very, that was a very crazy thing that happened that I have yet to work through or tried to work through at all. It has completely altered myself or me, like, sexually and mentally. So, yeah, but I feel a lot better now, obviously. As you can see, like, I literally was laying in bed when I saw that video actually did save, and it's been 3 hours since then, so I do have my bonnet on and I'm about to go to sleep. But I really appreciate you guys for tuning in for another episode. I keep shaking the camera because I'm pulling on the microphone. I really appreciate you guys, and I don't want my phone to run out of storage again before I get to finish this, so I'm signing off. This was another episode of Come Sit on My Couch, episode 3 to be exact. This is my couch. My name is Adrienne. Thank you guys so much for coming.